Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a 6.2% Trappist ale from Belgium called Orval.
Yeah, and the chemist said, "Will you pay cash?"
I said, no, put it on the bill.
Put it on his bill.
No, it's Orval and not Orville, but very close. This is, well, one of the many Belgian Trappist beers, but one of the few I'm actually yet to experience. I've never had this before. It comes in this delightful kind of, it almost feels like a bowling pin kind of shaped bottle. It is a bit different to everything else. One thing I have learned today is that having such a small and simple label on the bottle, especially not face on and kind of on this sideways ridge, actually makes it really difficult to get a nice kind of image for the camera. But they did it quite well then, but it took a while to get there. But yeah, this is just a Belgian beer. It is legitimately a Trappist ale. It's got some sort of approval. I don't see it on the bottle, but I did go on their website and yeah, it's the real deal. So yeah, let's find out if this one is any good. Before we break into it then, here is a quick look at this magnificent, as I say, kind of almost bowling pin style bottle. It's got such a simple label on it. There's really not a lot of info on there at all, just a barcode and I'm guessing the ingredients. But yeah, it's a nice bit of styling. It looks classy, traditional, and well, hopefully the beer is as well. Now, Belgian beers generally like to throw around that they've existed since the dawn of time. This one, well, is proud of its heritage, and it does have a long heritage, but this was, I think, officially a brewery and a beer, well, in like the 1920s. So a long time compared to most breweries we feature on the channel, but not as old as some of the others, for sure. But to be honest, age means relatively little in this game. It's all about the contents of the bottle. So let's get into it, shall we? Now then, I was a little careful on the pour because, well, it is bottle conditioned. So I'm expecting a few bits of yeasty goodness in there. Although, to be honest, I'm not really seeing a lot. There's a bit of carbonation. It's a funny coloured beer, this. On camera, it's coming across as dark red. In real life, let me try and demo this for you. It's more of like a burnt orange. There you go. If I put my phone light up to it, you can see it's kind of, yeah, I mean, it's a bit darker than it's looking now, but you get the idea. It's hazy, almost kind of a smouldering lava colour. Very interesting. But other than that, it's got a nice, thick, foamy white head to it. It looks a bit, I don't know, not super looks, but it should be decent. So let's get into it. Aroma time. Undeniably Belgian, as you would expect from a Trappist Belgian brewer. It's sweet, bubblegum, synthetic, kind of candy store banana. It's almost got a bit of a Weiss beer, lemon, herb, coriander seed, kind of a twang to it as well, which I wasn't totally expecting. And there's some low lingering kind of, yeah, the herby thing is there again. It's lower down, it's deeper, it's almost Jägermeistery in some ways. It's yeah, a bit of herbal liqueur maybe, but anyway, it smells good, to be honest. I'm looking forward to this, so let's give it a try. Cheers. Okay, now I do like Belgian beer. I've had quite a lot of Belgian beer, and as a result, I would say I'm easily pleased by Belgian beer, but I'm difficult to completely blow away with Belgian beer. And this, after the first and second sips, has to say it's very nice. It's very pleasant. It's full of flavour. Body's reasonable. It's delivering the authentic Belgian Trappist experience. But it's not doing anything extra either. And what do I really mean by that? Well, on all levels, it's, I don't want to say it's average because I feel that I would be doing it a disservice. It's very, very nice, but the mouthfeel is decent, reasonable, good, but not exceptional. The flavours, again, the same. They're there, they're present, there's interesting things going on. There's bits of spice, bits of citrus, bits of Again, sweet confectionery, a bit of malt, but again, nothing really standing out and dragging me to it and taking me on an unexpected journey, to quote a chapter from a book. You know what I mean? It's a delightful, relatively light-bodied for the style, for Belgian Trappist beers, if we're going to consider it a style. You know what I mean? It's not thin, but it's on the maybe on the lighter side of what they generally do. It would make a fantastic, because it's slightly spritzy, so it'd make a fantastic summer Belgian ale, to be honest. It's got a slight drying character to the finish. It's eloquent, it's sophisticated, there's nothing wrong here. It's absolutely fine. Which is weird. It sounds like I'm being like, it's fine. I'm not. I really like it. I'd buy it again. I think it's very enjoyable. I'm just not absolutely wowed. So, very, very quick, top to bottom taste test, so you can understand maybe why I think that way, what I am experiencing, and then we'll wrap it up. So, initially, quite a lot of carbonation on the front of the tongue. It is quite fizzy, quite spritzy, almost got a bit of a tonic water vibe to it at that point. And then mid-palate, it's the sweet elements of the aroma, the bubblegum, the sweet shop confectionery, fake foamy banana thing. But it's quite muted actually on the flavour. It's not intensely Belgian yeast, which is where those flavours come from. By the way, it's not intensely yeasty compared to some. And as a result, actually, some people may prefer this because it is possibly a gentler, more kinder introduction to Belgian-style beer. Again, very lively, spritzy on the swallow. It's quite clean. Tiny bit of sweet orange, maybe satsuma, clementine, that kind of thing. Very mild though. Again, kind of like almost like a blood orange soft drink, just really muted. And then on the aftertaste, a bit more Belgian yeast flavour, and there is just a tiny hint to that kind of bready malt base, but it's low key, it's subtle, it's very nice. As I said, I think really I can't say anything else. It's just a solid Belgian beer that I think would make for an excellent introduction to the style for a lot of people, but maybe won't wow those of us who've been around the block with the Belgian breweries a few times already. And that, I think, is all I've got to say about it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already subscribed, if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.